some of these conspiracy theories have turned out to be true. That was a pretty big deal.
I don't think people should care what the media thinks about them. They're terrible judges of character.
Elon Musk officially bought YouTube. This isn't just another headline. It could signal a major shift in how we consume and interact with online content. Musk's vision for YouTube could redefine everything from creator monetization to content policies. We all know what he did to the once called Twitter, and now many are curious about how his risk-taking attitude and hunger for innovation will influence one of the biggest content-sharing platforms in the world. But at the same time, many people are worried that this might be the end for YouTube, the end that will disrupt the whole media industry. What's the big deal? Elon Musk has a reputation for being direct and unwavering when it comes to his belief in free speech. And when he takes the lead of a platform like YouTube, we might witness a seismic shift in how content is moderated. Think about it. The current system, which often feels restrictive for some creators, could loosen up. A world where creators are no longer walking on eggshells, constantly worried about whether their next upload will be flagged or taken down. Under Musk's leadership, the rules could change drastically, fostering an environment where open conversations about policy are not just encouraged, they're at the forefront. This wouldn't just shake things up for the creators, but also for the millions of consumers who tune in daily. A new era of transparency might emerge, one where everyone knows exactly where the lines are drawn, and better yet, those lines might finally make sense. The result? A more dynamic, ever-evolving platform that feels alive, responsive, and more in tune with the needs of its users. But what will a Musk-led YouTube be like? Well, with Musk at the top of YouTube, the way we think about the platform shifts completely, and YouTube is no longer just a place where you catch up on viral memes or check out the latest music videos. It is something far more powerful. YouTube is the ultimate hub for cultural expression and democratic discourse. It is a space where anyone, from anywhere, can throw their thoughts into the digital void. Got an opinion? Upload it. Want to share a wild story? Hit record and let the world hear it. Maybe you're itching to challenge the mainstream narratives that dominate traditional media. YouTube gives you the stage, no questions asked. Now better than ever with Elon at the top. Look, the magic of YouTube lies in how it opens the door for voices that would normally be drowned out by the noise. It's not just celebrities and influencers who get the mic. Everyday people get their shot at being heard. That's the beauty of democratization in the media. It means you don't need a Hollywood studio or a fat wallet to make an impact. You can build a following, spark a conversation, or even start a movement, all from the comfort of your living room. YouTube, under Musk's vision, could become an even more essential tool for social change. Think about it. Marginalized communities can rally, activists can amplify their messages, and new ideas can reach people in ways that traditional media could never dream of. That's the kind of power YouTube already has, but with Musk at the helm, this cultural tool could reach new heights. YouTube could evolve from a passive media player into an active force for change, a digital arena where real progress unfolds in real time. So yeah, Elon Musk flipping YouTube would be wild. It wouldn't just shake up the platform, it could redefine how we engage with media, information, and each other. Get ready for a new era, because if Musk takes the wheel, YouTube might just turn into something we've never seen before. And it's no secret that Musk is deeply invested in the future of learning. He sees YouTube as a perfect platform to revolutionize how people access and absorb scientific knowledge and educational content. YouTube could be evolving from a mere entertainment hub into an intellectual powerhouse, a place where users don't just watch, they learn, experiment, and expand their understanding. By zeroing in on educational initiatives, Musk could transform YouTube into a dynamic, interactive learning space. Picture immersive courses where students engage directly with the material, or mind-blowing science experiments that jump off the screen, making the complexities of physics or chemistry feel like a hands-on adventure. This isn't just about knowledge for knowledge's sake. It's about making education thrilling, accessible, and deeply engaging for millions of users worldwide. By taking YouTube's massive reach and pairing it with innovative ways to deliver educational content, Musk could completely reshape the landscape of online learning. We're talking about a shift that could elevate YouTube beyond its roots in entertainment, turning it into one of the most valuable educational resources of our time. Can you imagine watching a space documentary where halfway through you get to interact with the content, run simulations, or explore different outcomes based on real scientific data? Or what about augmented reality experiences that bring historical historical events or scientific concepts right into your living room. The possibilities are endless. This shift would be nothing short of revolutionary, turning passive viewers into active participants. The days of simply sitting back and watching would give way to a more engaging, immersive form of content consumption that pulls users into the action. It's not just about watching a video anymore, it's about being part of the experience. And this in turn could completely transform the way we think about and engage with digital content. Ultimately, what Musk is proposing is a bold reimagining of not only how we consume content, but also how we learn, think, and innovate in the digital age. By combining YouTube's massive audience with his futuristic vision, he could take the platform to heights we haven't even dreamed of yet. Whether it's empowering creators to express themselves more freely, or turning YouTube into a center for learning and discovery, the changes Musk could bring to the platform would ripple across industries, reshaping the future of online media, education, and even how we interact with technology itself. The potential here is staggering, and if anyone has the vision, ambition, and strategic know-how to pull it off, it's Elon Musk. But the challenges are huge, and it might even make Musk lose, so let's dissect it together. What are the challenges? First off, let's talk about the price tag, because it's not just high, it's astronomical. We're not talking about picking up a few shares here or there. No, YouTube isn't just another platform in the digital landscape. It's a colossal titan, a behemoth that Musk would need serious, and I mean serious cash to pull off. Imagine the kind of money that makes even billionaires sit up and double check their accounts. Valuations for YouTube could easily soar past $100 billion, if not more. It's like buying a massive mansion on a private island, but you are the one who builds the island too. And here's the thing, can Musk really justify this massive investment when he's already knee-deep in other billion-dollar ventures? SpaceX is still shooting for the stars, and Tesla's got its hands full revolutionizing the auto industry. It's no small feat to juggle that kind of financial and operational burden. Now, don't forget the investors. They're watching with hawk eyes. They'll want to see solid reasons, crystal clear assurances that this risky bet will pay off, and not just lead to another wild Musk roller coaster. If there's one thing they're expecting, it's a big return on this colossal gamble. But can Musk deliver on all fronts? Now, let's dive into another giant hurdle waiting to pounce: regulatory red tape. It's no secret that monopolies are the talk of the town these days, and this deal would set off alarms fast. Regulators are already sharpening their pencils and bracing themselves for what could be a long, drawn-out battle. They're not gonna let just anyone take control of such a key platform, especially when that anyone is already sitting on top of SpaceX, Tesla, X, formerly known as Twitter, and a lot of other influential projects. It's not just about Musk owning yet another empire. It's about the potential for him to become the gatekeeper of one of the most influential digital stages in the world. And that, well, that's a scary thought for anyone who values a free and open internet. Some fear his ideologies and leadership. What if under Musk's leadership, YouTube becomes a place where voices are filtered or silenced based on preference or profit? That could seriously narrow the choices for both creators and viewers. We might be staring down the barrel of a future where fewer voices get heard, and that's a road no one wants to go down. But you could argue that he is not that kind of person. But before we dissect his intentions, let's talk about another major hurdle in his way: powerful people. Let's talk about the stakeholders, because trust me, this part is where things get really interesting. Musk's decision here is more than just some business move. It's like walking into a party and pulling the fire alarm. Employees, advertisers, creators, and viewers, they're all in the thick of it, and none of them are exactly sure what happens next. Change is unsettling, no doubt about it. For employees, the big question is how Musk's notoriously intense management style is going to shake up the company's culture. Will there be chaos, a sudden shift in priorities? No one's really prepared for what that might look like. Advertisers are in a different kind of panic. They're trying to figure out if their brand is going to be safe in this new, unpredictable environment. I mean, think about it. Would you want to pour money into ads when the rules could literally change overnight? And then, of course, we've got the creators. These are the people who thrive on consistency, right? They're used to a certain set of guidelines and revenue sharing models, and if Musk starts tweaking that system, well, let's just say not everyone is going to be thrilled. There's always the looming question: will these changes work in their favor, or are they about to get shortchanged? The uncertainty is enough to keep them up at night. Plus, let's not forget about the viewers. They're the ones consuming this content, and if they even think that what they're watching is being manipulated, there could be an uproar. Musk may be all about pushing boundaries and stirring things up with innovation, but here, he's going to need to tread carefully carefully, because one wrong move and this whole thing could blow up faster than anyone expects. Now, let's zoom out and look at the bigger picture, the complexities of media management. Honestly, running a platform like YouTube isn't just a matter of tweaking algorithms or rolling out shiny new features. It's a massive, multifaceted operation. First, you've got content moderation, which, let's face it, is a nightmare on the best of days. One slip up in moderating controversial content, and suddenly you're in a PR disaster. Then there's advertising strategy, another beast entirely. It's not just about finding sponsors, it's about finding the right sponsors who align with your content and your audience's values. Throw in community engagement, and you're juggling more than just a few balls in the air. You're trying to keep a whole circus afloat. Here's the thing, Musk has proven himself a mastermind when it comes to rockets and electric cars. No one's doubting that. But media management, that's a completely different challenge. It's not the kind of thing you can brute force with innovation alone. To pull it off, Musk would need to bring in some serious talent. People who know the ins and outs of managing a colossal platform like YouTube. These aren't just people who can code the next big update or dream up the next viral trend. They need to be experts in navigating the chaos, from dealing with legal challenges over content to smoothing out relationships with angry creators. Because let's be real, one wrong step, one misjudged move, and it's all going to come crashing down. It could backfire in a way that's worse than a rocket malfunction. And if that happens, well, Musk's reputation might not be the only thing taking a hit. So the question now is, will he be able to pull it off? Well, in order to know if he can, there is one thing we could look at: past accusations and what they mean. People show a pattern of behavior, and Elon Musk has made so many things and he has been involved in so many projects that we can clearly see how he will handle the task that comes with owning YouTube. Let me break it down for you. Look, you don't become one of the richest people on the planet without knowing how to play the financial game, and Musk is a master of high-stakes acquisitions. We all watched as he pulled off the Twitter buyout, deftly orchestrating a complex financial dance that involved banks, investors, and a lot of clever maneuvering. Now, with YouTube in his sights, he's set to tackle an even bigger beast, but don't expect him to drain his own bank account to make it happen. Instead, Musk will likely roll out an equally sophisticated game plan, securing backing from investors while leveraging partnerships that keep his financial empire intact. You can bet he's got a few creative financing tricks up his sleeve to make sure this acquisition runs smoothly, all while balancing his many other ventures. Managing the financial intricacies of a platform as massive as YouTube is no small feat, but Musk has proven he's up for the challenge. Let's not forget, whenever Musk makes a move, the world takes notice, and his acquisition of YouTube is no exception. As usual, his bold, often unpredictable approach to business has people buzzing with speculation. What's next for the world of digital media? How will Musk's takeover reshape the way we interact with content? The atmosphere around this deal is electric with curiosity and excitement as everyone tries to guess what Musk's next step will be. This acquisition isn't just a business deal, it's a cultural moment. With Musk at the helm, the future of YouTube is anyone's guess. But one thing is for sure, the digital media landscape will never be the same. The world is watching closely, waiting to see what new innovations, controversies, and transformations Musk will bring to the table. Whether you're a creator, a viewer, or an advertiser, the ripple effects of this deal are going to be felt far and wide. And remember the whirlwind he stirred up at Twitter with his relentless focus on unrestricted dialogue? Well, he's about to double down on that approach here. Musk's goal: to tear down the content moderation policies that he believes are stifling creativity and muffling genuine expression. Musk sees YouTube not as just another video platform, but as a stage for unrestricted dialogue, an expansive digital town square where diverse and vibrant opinions can finally thrive. Gone are the days of heavy-handed censorship, and in their place, Musk is crafting a vast playground where creators can let their imaginations run wild without fearing the ever-present restrictions. Musk's acquisition of YouTube isn't just another feather in his already crowded cap, it's a seismic shift in the media world's balance of power. By adding YouTube to his portfolio, alongside Twitter, Musk is effectively building a media empire that has the potential to shake the foundations of competitors like TikTok and Facebook Watch. This is about more than just making headlines or expanding his influence. It's a strategic move that could alter the entire ecosystem of online content. See, Musk's vision for YouTube is nothing short of revolutionary. He's not looking to maintain the status quo. He's out to completely overhaul how we think about online video platforms. Just look at what he did on Twitter. What happened to Twitter, or X? When Elon Musk swooped in and took over Twitter, one of his first bold moves was to dismantle the platform's Trust and Safety Council. This council had been the watchdog for content moderation, tasked with managing issues related to hate speech and disinformation. Musk's decision to disband it was nothing short of dramatic. It signaled a retreat from the previously structured approach to content moderation and threw a big question mark over the future of the platform. The move sparked intense debate and concern. Was Twitter about to see a surge in harmful content with its new, less regulated stance? And with a massive wave of staff layoffs soon following Musk's acquisition, Twitter has increasingly leaned on automated systems for content moderation. This shift hasn't gone unnoticed. There are growing worries that automation might not be up to the task of effectively moderating content, potentially leading to more mistakes and enforcing the platform's community guidelines. Critics argue that relying on algorithms instead of human oversight might result in a flood of unchecked, harmful posts slipping through the cracks. Musk's leadership has also brought a notable shift in how Twitter handles COVID-19 misinformation. Under his watch, the platform halted its enforcement of strict misinformation policies related to the pandemic. This change wasn't just a minor tweak, it marked a substantial pivot toward a more relaxed approach to speech on the platform. Early reports suggested a troubling increase in hate speech post-acquisition, with many attributing this surge to the perceived easing of moderation standards. It was as if the floodgates had been opened, and the impact was palpable. Another significant change Musk made was the reinstatement of several high-profile accounts that had been previously banned. Among those was the account of former President Donald Trump. This move was part of Musk's broader agenda to champion what he calls free speech on the platform. His rationale seemed to be that by bringing back these banned accounts, he was restoring a more open dialogue on Twitter. However, this decision wasn't without controversy. The application of Twitter's new rules under Musk has raised eyebrows, particularly regarding their seeming selectivity. Critics argue that Musk's approach to moderation isn't just about maintaining a neutral platform, but instead reflects a troubling pattern of favoritism. Some say that the new rules appear to disproportionately favor Musk's political allies while penalizing those who critique him or Twitter's shifting policies. This has led to accusations that Twitter, far from being a sanctuary for free speech, is now a stage for Musk's personal biases to play out. One incident that brought these concerns into sharper focus involved Twitter's decision to withhold access to tweets from an Indian journalist. This decision was made in response to a legal demand from the Indian government, leading to significant scrutiny about Musk's commitment to free speech on a global scale. The move raised serious questions about how Musk's free speech principles align with international norms and legal pressures. It seemed to clash with the very ethos Musk professes to champion, casting a shadow over his claims of upholding unfiltered dialogue. As the dust settles from Musk's acquisition and the sweeping changes he has enacted, the overarching question remains: what does the future hold for Twitter under his stewardship? The platform has undoubtedly undergone a transformation, but whether this new direction will lead to a more vibrant and open digital forum or merely further entrenched biases remains to be seen. One thing is clear: the debate over Twitter's evolving role in the digital landscape is far from over. And what does this pattern of behavior say about what's going to happen to YouTube? And to truly understand that, we just need to look at what Musk does when he is under pressure. You see, buying out Twitter was such a challenging task. So how did he win? Elon Musk's dramatic takeover of Twitter wasn't just a high-profile business move. It was a roller coaster of financial chaos and bold decisions that pushed the limits of what a leveraged buyout could handle. We're talking about a jaw-dropping $44 billion acquisition that was anything but straightforward. Musk's journey through this financial minefield has been marked by immense debt and a tumultuous platform, which have set the stage for an ongoing saga of uncertainty. Let's dive $13 billion into the debt issue, which is a beast of its own. Musk's strategy involves slapping about $13 billion in debt onto Twitter. This isn't just a footnote in tech history, it's one of the largest leveraged buyouts ever seen. Imagine the scale of that. The interest payments on this mountain of debt were forecasted to reach around $1 billion each year. Compare that to the $50 million Twitter used to pay in interest before the takeover, and you can see the leap is nothing short of astronomical. Given Twitter's persistent struggle with profitability over the past decade, this massive debt was like a looming guillotine. threatening to sever the company's financial stability and potentially bring it crashing down. See, Twitter wasn't exactly sailing smoothly before Musk's arrival. The platform had a chronic cash flow problem, with losses recorded in 8 out of the last 10 years. Take 2021 for instance. Despite generating around $5 billion in revenue, Twitter was hemorrhaging costs, amassing roughly $5.5 billion in expenses. This dire financial state only amplified worries about the company's ability to juggle its newfound enormous debt load. If anything, it underscored the uphill battle Musk faced in steering the platform towards stability. Then came the advertising revenue, Twitter's financial lifeline, which at times contributed over 90% of its earnings. With Musk's controversial changes to content moderation policies, many advertisers slammed the brakes, pulling back significantly. The fallout was immediate and severe. By December 2022, Twitter's advertising revenue plummeted by an astounding 40% compared to the previous year. This sharp decline not only made it harder for Musk to keep the company afloat, but also complicated his efforts to manage the ever-growing debt and achieve some semblance of operational stability amid the chaos. In response to these mounting challenges, Musk adopted a ruthless cost-cutting strategy, including drastic layoffs. The number of Twitter employees plummeted from a hefty 8,000 to a mere 2,000. The goal was crystal clear: streamline operations and slash expenses. But this approach came with its own set of risks. The reduction in workforce threatened to undermine the platform's functionality and user experience, potentially alienating the very users that Twitter relies on daily. On top of these internal challenges, Musk had to contend with a less than favorable economic climate. The post-pandemic landscape was marked by rising interest rates and a tightening credit market. This economic squeeze made it increasingly difficult for Musk, as well as the banks that financed the deal, to offload the burden of debt onto other investors. The result? Financial institutions found themselves with a pile of non-performing loans that weighed heavily on their balance sheets. An undesirable scenario for any business. In the end, Musk's acquisition of Twitter has unfolded like a gripping saga filled with high stakes and nail-biting uncertainty. The road ahead is riddled with challenges and precarious decisions. Can Musk navigate this turbulent sea and steer Twitter towards calmer waters? And what about YouTube? What's your thoughts on this? Let's know in the comments.